Hey there, Michael Griffiths here. Welcome to this week's Get More Referrals Today podcast. I want to be able to talk to you today around strategic partners because they're one of the best ways to be able to grow a business, to be able to team up with other people who have the same clientele that you have, but you don't compete with one another. The problem is, however, that most people don't get strategic partners right simply because they either don't know what to do with them or they simply don't have this blueprint for what strategic partnerships should look like within their own business. So, as always, if this is the first time you're listening to us, welcome. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on your favorite podcast platform, on YouTube, Referral Marketing Guru, or find us on any of our social platforms where this podcast goes up every single week, helping you grow your business through referrals, through strategic partnerships, through networks, through being able to leverage into other people's networks. Because when you leverage into other people's networks, it's amazing how fast you can grow your business and without the expense of all that advertising. So where I want to head to today, strategic partnerships, because strategic partnerships, I think most people understand, are a great way to grow a business, but unfortunately, they just don't understand how to do it, what to do, or even just where do I start. So I want to start here. What is strategic partnerships? Well, it's simply where you team up with another person, and depending on your business, they're probably going to be a business too, but you team up with another person who has the same sorts of people that you want to sell to in their audience, and they don't compete with you. So I was speaking just the other day to a physio, and the physio obviously looks after people's injuries, and it's like, I want to be able to use strategic partnerships. Who do I talk to? Well, the first thing I think about is I go, well, who are the people that you want to see? And by the time that we work through that, and they're usually middle-aged, 50-plus males and females. They've usually got some sort of pain. Strength isn't a huge thing within their body. They tend to be our demographic. So I'm not going to then go, we'll go and find where the professional athletes are in your area. It's the wrong type of person. So the first things that come to my mind is, okay, where do the 50 plus? Are they playing bowls? Do they have tennis? Do they go to bingo? Are there senior citizen clubs or activities in the area? You see, those sorts of places have the absolute ideal client that those people are after. So the first thing you've got to understand is the types of networks available for you to be able to go team up with. Okay? So understanding your own person and then understanding where does that person exist? Where else does that person go? Now, depending on your business, you might be able to do this anywhere within your country. You might be able to do it anywhere around the globe. Or you might be a business which is restricted by your location. So you've got to go and find people within 10, 15 kilometers of your location. It doesn't really matter. Okay? The process is exactly the same in terms of finding your strategic partners. So first thing I want you to do right now is simply go, okay, think about my absolute ideal client. Who are they? And then say, where else do they exist? Who else serves them? Who else works with them, helps them, makes their life better? Because they're the types of people who could be your strategic partners. So generally, this first part is around making sure you identify where your people hang out. So you've done that now. So let's move ourselves on. Once you've done that, now it's about getting into conversations with people and seeing if they're actually open to being strategic partners. See, most people, it's not that they're not open, it's just that they've never thought about it. We're generally told in business to go and find our clients, to go and do marketing, to go and it's about us do it all, us do it all, us do it all. Very few people have this mentality of leveraging into other people's networks. And it is a mentality, it's a way of thinking. See, very early on, I learned that you could get a lot more clients a lot faster when you went somewhere which already had all your clients, rather than you trying to go and find them one by one by one by one. So when you've got that way of thinking, all of a sudden now, Strategic partnerships is just a matter of, okay, let's just work out what we can do, not work out if we can do it. There is no if. Of course we can do it. We're just going to work out what we can do together. So the way you think about strategic partnerships has to be the starting point. If leveraging into other people's networks isn't exciting to you, it's going to become exciting to you. See, not only do you get to meet a whole bunch of great people that you would have never been introduced to otherwise, it's you get to actually help the other people. That's my way of thinking. I can't wait to be able to help our strategic partners, to be able to do things for them, to be able to share things for them, to be able to, in some way, maybe make their life a little bit better. And when it's that way of thinking, which then shines through that other people want to do that for you too. See, one of the big things I hear all the time is, well, they don't do anything for me. And I straight away will go, well, what are you doing for them? I'm like, well, nothing, because they're not doing anything for me. See, well, someone at the very start has to be the person that says, I'm just willing to do whatever I possibly can for you. And that person has to be you, because they don't know any different. You do. So the first thing that really has to take place once you understand where your people exist is you've got to create this way of being, this way of thinking, this mentality around how exciting it is to be able to get into other people's networks and just do things with other people, have fun with other people, create, explore. And for a lot of people, that's really hard to grasp because they live in their cortex, logical, analytical, rational brain, which says, oh, there's got to be stepping stones. There's got to be 1 followed by 2 followed by 3. It's like, well, no, there doesn't. Because half the time the other person doesn't even know what their blueprint looks like, what they want to happen, how it's supposed to happen. The fun of it is that you actually get to make it up. And you get to make whatever you want up to be able to do things with the other person. And that you've got to be good at that. And you've got to be okay with that. And I reckon that's probably an area that most people really struggle with, because they've got to actually already know that it's going to happen, or it's going to work out, or it's going to be okay. And the simple fact is you can't. So you've got to be able to remove that, and you've got to be able to get rid of that. So let's come back. I know where my people are. I'm going to use this physio. I know who my people are. They're 50 plus. They're males and females. They've got some sort of maybe knee problem, back problem, leg problem. They're probably not as strong as what they need to be able to be to maintain their body as their body gets older. So I now go and I find different places where those people hang out. Right? There's recreation centers. There's tennis clubs. There's bowls. There's bingo. There's over 55 different services and products that cater just for 55s and plus. There's senior citizen cards. There's places that accept senior citizen cards. Like all of those sorts of places straight away, they're where my people are. So I make a list of them. And now I go and I start approaching them. And the approach is really simple. It's like, hey, I'm not sure if this is something you're interested in. We work with, insert the demographic. I believe you guys work with that demographic also. Is there an opportunity we might be able to team up and share each other's networks to be able to help each other get more exposure? And now it's either yes or no. But we need to ask that question every single day, more and more and more and more and more and more regularly, because we just simply don't. Because someone then doesn't get an opportunity to go, oh, wow, I actually never thought of that. That would be a great idea. Unless you ask them the question. And most people aren't thinking like that. So therefore, all of a sudden, they're going like, oh, yeah, well, what did you have in mind? And that has to be their natural response because they haven't really thought about it. Hey, most people don't have strategic partnership managers. And they don't have it, not because they didn't think it was a good idea, just simply they just haven't thought about it, full stop. Hey, so you've got to approach. And when you get a yes, then now you start exploring. And my next step is just thinking, great. How about we find some time and let's understand each other, what each other are looking for a little bit better, and let's see what we can come up with. So it's really simple. It's identify, it's approach, It's then just have a conversation to see how you might be able to do things with each other. And then it's about creating an action plan where you do something to be able to help each other. So it might be, your action plan might be as simple as, well, can I provide these vouchers for you to hand out to your people? And what can I promote or share or give to our people for you? We've just simply done one thing each to keep that relationship off and going. Right? And that's what strategic partnerships are all about. It's about finding people who have the same network, the same sort of clientele as what you have. And it's about creating, coming up with an idea, making up the idea. And I'm using those words very much on purpose to give you the permission to be able to go, you know what? I don't have to know. I don't have to get it right. I can make it up. We can explore together. And as long as you come up with a way to be able to do something that's going to help them, it's going to help you, your relationship has started. It's off and going. And now it's either going to work or it's not going to work. If it works, you're going to find more ways to be able to help each other. If it doesn't work, oh, well, big deal. You go find somebody else. And that's how we think about strategic partnerships. Like, there are so many opportunities out there for you. The thing, honestly, that's stopping you is yourself and your thinking. And that's why, whether it's being around us and the way we think, whether it's making sure that you listen to the podcast every single week, whether it's jumping into our tribe where you're around other people who are thinking like that too in Partnership Club. But in essence, the number one thing that always stops you is you. And you're making up all these stories in your own head before they even happen, of what might happen, what might not happen, what they might say, what they might not say, how it might end up. And in the end, you don't know the answers to any of those until you actually get out there and do it. So I really encourage you, make a list of all the possible places that could be strategic partners for you. Then from there, go and approach every day. Just ask one new person. Would they be interested in creating or exploring whether we can help each other? You don't have to use strategic partners as a word. Just say, I'm not sure if you're interested in this, but we work with this demographic, and I understand you guys work with that demographic. Would you like to explore how we might be able to help one another get more exposure, be able to get more business for each other? And they'll either say yes or no. Just get good at doing that. And if you get good at doing that, everything else will start to fall into place. Hopefully that's been super helpful. Make sure you leave us a review on your favorite podcast platform, because it really helps us know that we're doing a great job in helping you guys. And if you need any assistance whatsoever, just simply reach out. support@michaelgriffiths.com.au, helping your business to be able to build strategic partners, to be able to use your networks more effectively, to build referral systems into your business, and to be able to consistently grow your business by leveraging into other people's networks. Till next time, guys, take care, and I'll speak to you real soon. See you later, all.